What's up, YouTube? Era212 here with another video. So I'm back with the back nine, all new, all revamped, and coming at you better for 2023. What are we going to talk about today? Stephanie Hans, one of the best cover artists out there right now. Let's take a look at what the crew picked and what you guys think. Let me know. All right, so we're going to talk about Stephanie Hans. Like I said, one of the best cover artists out there. Big shout out to Ben from CBSI giving me the opportunity to put this out. There's a link in the description to the website. Make sure you follow them. Some of the best information out there. A website I use religiously. Also, big shout out to my man Jack Kornblatt. He's the man organizing this stuff right now, bringing us great topics every week. Jack is one of my favorite picks all the time on the back nine. So to have him running running the picks and setting up the topics, I think is going to be a lot of fun. If you guys do not know, on Whatnot, we debuted Darkwing Duck #1, and this is the Very Gary and Era212 and Beachside Comics exclusive. The trade and the sketch are limited to 600, and the Virgin is 300. But just a super nice book. If you're interested in a copy, hit me up on Instagram, Era212, and just shoot me a DM, and I'll give you everything you need to know. But you know what? Let's take a look at this list because I think Jack really crushes it on this one. I think there's some real good books here by the whole crew, and we'll start off with a really nice one. So Peter Renner's going to go with Die #1. Remember how hot this series was? And Stephanie Hans crushes the covers on this. I really like this series, and if it ever gets adapted, it would be pretty a popular series, I think. Perfect for HBO or Netflix, maybe even Amazon Prime. If you've noticed, like Amazon Prime is just scooping up all of these independent properties. You might see something like Die. There's a bunch of other titles there that I think these independents are being picked up by like Amazon and Netflix because Marvel and DC already locked into their other respective stations. So interesting. I do like the Stephanie Hans cover on that. And this is one of my favorites. So Adam Lebednik goes with X-Men Blue #21. This is the 1 in 50 Stephanie Hans variant. It's just gorgeous. And this was red hot when it came out, and it's still over 150 for a 9.8, which isn't bad. A clean raw went for $71 a few weeks ago. Good ones to add to the alerts and maybe win a deal on a PC slab. It is still one of her best by far. I remember this book, raw copies were over 100 plus, when the market was hot for this book. This is a badass. Just, the Venomize taking over the Phoenix. Love it. If you've seen this book in person, this picture does it no justice. Here's another one that I really like, and I like the reason behind this also. And my man Phil from Vintage Comics and Toys goes with Power of X #1. It's the 1 in 25 Hans variant. It's the first Rasputin. It's not as common as it used to be, and quite distinguishing style-wise from the other covers. Cover has fun colors with the always exceptional Hans hue work. Investment-wise, could be one that seems safe with slow appreciation. Yeah, not an expensive book, but a book you might want to pick up. I love the way she does the pinks and how she gets that reflection on that sword. If you look at that, that's pretty wild. Been watching Ink Master again, so you're learning about color palettes and all of that stuff, and listening to this stuff, you just see certain things on here. I kind of flow back with that. Another good one right here. Topher goes with Miss Marvel #31. And this particular Hans effort covers two bases. Checks a box for collectors of a prolific modern artist and satisfies those who seek bubblegum covers. Yeah, and the bubblegum covers is a thing, man. Look it up. There are so many collectors that do that bubblegum theme. It is a dynamic cover that remains a personal favorite. And the thing with these Stephanie Hans, not all of them are super pricey. You can really affordable. If you're a person who likes to collect cover art, like people collect the Adam Hughes and the Jim Lees and stuff like that, Michael Turner is another great one to collect covers for. And of course, J. Scott Campbell. Stephanie Hans is another one that's put out so many good covers that you might want to pick some of these up just for the PC. This is a badass book right here. And this is from Cornblatt's Corner. And my man Jack picked this one. Like I said, always with the crazy picks. Journey into Mystery 633. It's the 1 in 50 Hans incentive Venomize variants from the original Venomize variants. And that's the thing to remember. This is an absolutely stunning cover from a low print run series and one of the very first Venomize variants ever created. More than a decade and seemingly hundreds of symbiote covers later, this one still stands amongst the most gorgeous and best-selling. That kind of staying power is what you need to look for when investing in covers and artists. Jack, you couldn't have said it better. Besides the MJ one and the X-Men one, this is the next biggest one and still sells for a nice premium. I believe these were like 2013 that these all came out, the original Venomize. They've done them numerous times now, but these fire. If you find these things in the wild, grab them. Terry Harkness is going with Ironheart #1. This is the 1 in 50 Hans incentive variant. I remember how crazy everybody went for this book. Super nice. It's one of the earliest Riri covers and one of the rarest Riri ratio covers variants. And Riri is coming, man. I mean, she was here already. We saw her in Black Panther. I enjoyed her role. I think they're just going to expand on that and make her more prominent. So might be a book you want to look at now because, the price on everything Riri kind of has settled down now to where it's going to be for a while. But once the movie comes out, you never know, especially if that character resonates with a lot of people. A&Z Comics goes with a classic. I mean, I've seen this cover right here is so nice. It's been made into t-shirts. And I really, I've always looked for this book, but I have not seen it in the wild. Seen it graded, but I want a raw copy. And this is Black Widow from 2010, #2. It's just a ghost, as he says right there. A&Z says it all. There's nothing else you can say. It's a ghost. Like I said, seen it graded twice. Have never seen it raw in the wild. And I know guys who have found this. I think King of the Golden State found this on the cheap too. Chris Nelms goes with A-Force #1. This is the Stephanie Hans incentive variant for Singularity on the cover. Gorgeous. Though this book spiked for the scene in Thor 4, it's still a good book to have. For me, it is obvious Hans covered without being a typical typical cover. So Singularity got out. We all know because there was rumors that the little girl might be Singularity. But if you didn't read this A-Force series, this is a good book to pick up. A-Force 1 is another one that it spiked during the movie, but it's gone down. Nice little spec book to pick up for future spec for sure. And now we're going to go with CBSI cover expert Mike Morello. Mike Morello's picking Star Wars, The High Republic #1, the Hans variant. This book is just beautiful. When The High Republic first launched, it was a feeding frenzy for fans and speculation due to the new characters and a set of writing that was clearly meant for eventual screen adaptation. The problem for speculators was that the incentive covers sucked. Luckily, Hans did his beautiful thing with an amazing Yoda, beautiful color and flow, and the eternal look we wanted from the stunning Star Wars book. Many people remember it as an incentive since it instantly performed like one and went for $25, but it wasn't. It was an open order cover. It's right. It was just a variant. You are right, because I made sure I ordered a bunch of these covers. I think I picked up like 5. Copies can still be had for around $30, and when, not if, Disney finally puts this all on screen, this will be the one everybody wants. It flows so nice, and then you're using Yoda. High Republic, they did a good job. I like that series. I was reading that for a while. Might have to go back to that again because you know that Disney Plus is going to do something with that. And then Van Denby goes with Women of Marvel, the Hans Rogue Virgin variant, cheap pickup with a solid room to grow. I got to be honest, I'm not a fan of that cover. The way they did Rogue's face just doesn't do it for me. Not as much as I would want it to be. But we all have different choices. That's why they make different covers, and that's why you have so many variants, so that we can all pick up what we like. Good picks by the staff. Everybody on the crew just picked some really good books. And you know what? This is my pick. Let me know what you guys think. But I'm going to go with Storm number 3. And this is the 1 in 25 ratio variant. What more can I say except it's a super tough book to find in the wild and a fantastic cover by Stephanie Hans. 1 in 25 ratio on Storm, which was not a big published title. Tougher to find. The way she uses the blacks and the golds in on that, just love it. I do not own this book and am definitely looking for it. I will be on the look for this book for sure. So, that were the picks. I'm glad we're back. I appreciate CBSI Ben and Jack Hornblatt for doing this stuff. And stay tuned, as I said, for 2023, because we're going to bring you bigger and better topics. Talk about bigger and better. King Kong 4 is coming your way. So at the end of March, 2 days, 3 artists. Artist Alley, CGC Witnesses, Very Gary, Streetside Anthony, Bronzeville Comics, just all the good YouTube community members and IG members. I'm going to be there, hanging out, selling books. Come down. If you can't come Saturday, come on a Sunday. If you want to come both days, come on down. You come down Saturday, head over to AC at night, come back the next day. Make a trip of it. Had people come down last year from Ohio, had guys come from Canada. So should be a blast. Besides, the defects are going to be there. Doesn't get any funner than that. So, my man, Amazing Murphinator, another guy who's coming down now. So, you know what? Until my next video, peace.